Guys, I'm here this week with Brooke Dietrick. Thank you so much for joining us this
welcome.
week. We have a lot to talk about. So I've known Brooke for a number of years. One of my favorite people because we share the same birthday, which is kind of cool.
Totally forgot.
So every time on Facebook, it's I pop up, she pops up, oddly enough. So we have a lot to talk about. So if you've not known Brooke, you will get to know her really well here after listening to the podcast. But she wears many hats for a long time, been doing a lot of different things. So I thought this would be a great idea to bring her in and talk a little bit about what you have going on, kind of two fronts on top of being a mom and kids and sports. So dive in a little bit about your background of, she does a little bit of real estate, she owns a business. So take it from there. A little background about knowing about yourself, about things going.
He talking about myself.
No, it's all good. It's probably better that way. There's a lot of stuff going on. So
yeah, no, it's all been good too.
Yeah.
So I started when I actually was working in the Allentown School District. So as a school counselor, started at Robb Middle School, then went to William Allen High School. Was there for 14 years. But when I was started at Robb, I actually met my husband, Ryan Dietrick, who is now, obviously we're on a team and we'll get to that, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
We were dating, and his family owned a business, Dietrick Group.
Yeah.
So my kind of thing was like, why not get your real estate license?
Yeah.
So
they did commercial and residential, or mostly commercial?
No, they never did residential.
Okay.
They did commercial. They did property management. Yeah. And then Linda, his mom, is a well-known appraiser in the Lehigh Valley. She's amazing.
Yep.
And Kelly, his sister, was the broker. So it was very family-oriented. So when we met and we were dating, after probably 8 months, I decided to get my license, and just kind of held it there, and hung it there, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
And just did residential. So I would come in, I would leave, I would go to, learning or whatever, education classes. And then I ended up moving my license to Berkshire Hathaway, the Macungie office, because Dietrick Group ended up kind of selling their brokerage off.
Yes.
So I kind of had to hang my license somewhere, because then they went to another brokerage. And they didn't do residential there, so I wasn't able to do that.
I think that's where when I sat at Berkshire at the time, that's when I met you and Ryan, and you guys came in, and it was awesome. It was a really good group.
Yeah. No, it was nice. It was, and then after that, so I was doing real estate for a while, but I was in the Macungie office. I was still at Allen, and then while I was at Allen, I ended up just kind of making stuff. I've always liked to bake, and even though the things that I make now are not baked, but would bring in snacks for all the staff there and stuff when we had kind of our in-services. And that product, which was started just being a truffle, ended up starting and rolling into kind of a business.
Kind of a little bit. Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. But I had a business partner in that. And we kind of, after a little bit, we did a couple pop-up shops when City Center and downtown Allentown had their big NIS, and doing pop-up shops for 3 months at a stint. They kind of were giving small businesses an opportunity to see if their concept worked, which was really cool. So you could go rent a space for a month or 2 weeks or whatever you wanted. And that's what we did to kind of see if the concept would work.
Yep.
And then we also ended up kind of introducing it, and shout out to Brittany at Bar 3. Brittany's awesome. She's the owner there, and that's how we got started with kind of getting it in people's mouths, if you will.
Yes. I remember that specifically, especially with all the social media stuff.
Yeah.
With Bar and Truffle Bar.
Yeah.
And it was
Brittany's
really
just awesome. Women-owned businesses, love them, obviously.
Yeah.
And she's amazing. And then ended up taking that into an actual LLC business, and then ended up kind of taking over the business. I did have a partner taking over the business, and then kept doing it. COVID hit, and I ended up kind of just focusing on deliveries and stuff like that, and still trying to work through it. And then after...
Where were you making all this chocolate the whole time?
Iron Lakes Country Club, which is now Twin Lakes. So there was an amazing family there who owned Iron Lakes, and I met them actually at Bar 3. And so they were able to kind of like let me use their kitchen, obviously under like the health department, everything was legit.
Yeah,
let me use their kitchen there when they didn't have events, or I could store stuff, or I could send stuff, because I started shipping too.
Yeah.
So they were amazing and very instrumental in having my business grow to a point where I wasn't able to, because I wasn't able to make perishable products in our house.
Okay.
So I did have to find an off-site place to do that.
Yeah. Storage, I can imagine that was.
Yes, that was like huge. So they were amazing. And then after that, COVID, fast forward, I ended up deciding I was going to retire from the school district. Real estate was going really well. Still at the McCungie office, still just kind of on my own doing my thing. And then I ended up saying, you know what, I'm going to retire. Pulled my pension, took the leap, and decided to open Truffle Bar.
Nice.
And so that opened it was Mother's Day of 23.
Okay.
So we're going on 3 years now. So we've been at a location on Tillman Street. While still doing that, still doing tons of real estate, which I'm like obsessed with. Nice. I think just the business as far as Truffle Bar and the real estate side, it all taps into counseling, which is my background. Just working with people, getting to know people, getting to know what they want, whether it is like, taste wise or getting to know what they want in house wise. So it kind of worked. So that's where it all started.
Okay. Yeah, because I think it's a good idea to paint the picture of the background from the school to dabbling to jumping in So it's a huge success story. And that's what I said. Anyone in the Valley that knows Brooke and her husband, Ryan, and their whole team, it's awesome. You guys are full of energy. And your location you have is on Tillman Street?
Yes. Okay. So we're at 5831 Tillman Street, which is kind of Blue Barn and Tillman Street, Chris's Diner I always use, Coonsville Car Wash. We're right next to the Dunkin' Donuts where the CVS is on the corner. They're actually doing a whole renovation at Dunkin' Donuts too. So it looks just kind of like the newer ones that just say Dunkin'. So we're right there next to Grit Lounge.
Been there many times. It's so if you've not checked it out, there's going to be links and everything about checking out Truffle Bar. I'm sure everyone mostly has, but we have them. They are phenomenal.
Thank you.
We had them here. We had a Friendsgiving. So we had a box of them. They didn't even last till we got the appetizers out. They were gone, which I was mad because I had in a meeting and I ran late. So, but you do so it's still on the Truffle Bar aspect of things. You were telling me and sharing a little bit about the store, which I've seen on socials. You guys do parties and you're doing some exciting new things coming up, right? With the store that's going to lead into some different things, which sounds really cool.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I think whether it's real estate or Truffle Bar or chocolate or whatever business or venture you're starting to do, you kind of grow with it and you try. I've always said, like, let's try something new. If it doesn't work, let's pivot. And like pivoting in all actions, whether it be real estate or business. And so when we opened the store first, I wanted it to look amazing, look very aesthetically pleasing when people come in. And that happened and people loved it. And then we expanded on our product. So now not only do we offer truffles, but we offer dipped pretzels, dipped Oreos, cake pucks, dipped fruit, the Dubai chocolate. Like, so whatever I can kind of create or whatever I'm thinking of how to expand the menu, we went from like 6 truffle flavors when we started to 18.
Wow.
And now we have like so many different products. But I think one of the biggest things that I've realized is I try kind of food truck vendor things, and that wasn't just like my jam. Like that just wasn't what I think our store is meant to do. But we decided to try to venture into wineries. So now I'm up at Blue Ridge Winery in Saylorsburg, and they're fabulous, amazing. If you have not been there,
it's a great place. Oh
my God, it looks like you're in Italy. It does. They have music,
Great
they have
spot.
outdoor, they have like a turf area. You can bring your kids, you can bring your own food. It's truly amazing. You just can't bring your own alcohol. So they have me up there. We're up there almost every Friday from basically March until November now, because they tested us out last year and they were like, we definitely want you.
So if they go up there, you can have some wine,
Friday
relax,
wine,
and grab some truffle. Nice.
Exactly. Chocolate and wine. I mean,
awesome.
And then, so that was working. And then also what we realized is that people love like kind of knowing how do you make these or how does this work? And so that's kind of where we went with the birthday, the ladies' nights. We've had bachelorette parties there. Wow. We've had team building there. Yeah. We've had different places. Like I had a group of 8 guys in there that was like team building from like a company that they kind of flew everyone in to locally here in Allentown. And they were like, we don't just want to go and do something like random. So let's try this. And they were amazing. They were so much fun. But anyhow, so with that concept, a lot of the space is being used, but we can't make the parties or the events as big as we want. Okay. So the goal is hopefully over the summer to kind of transition the space and just change it up to where we are really focused on still you can see into the kitchen. Okay. You can still come. You can still purchase. You can still do whatever you want with all of our products up front. But you're really going to be almost like a chef's table kitchen, but like with desserts. So you're going to be able to be in there making everything while still I might be in the back making additional stuff while there's a party going on. Nice. And the reason why that's what we needed to do is because people were asking for parties, like kids parties. Like, I have kids. Like, we don't want to do it on like a Saturday night. That's my time. It needs to be at like 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock during a Saturday or Sunday. That's when parties are. But we couldn't do that because the store was open and we were allowing people to have the full store to have their party. Okay. So we decided, you know what, let's try to make a bigger kitchen, less of a storefront or a retail area. And that allows for us to have all these parties while people are still able to come into the store during our hours and shop. So it that is the goal.
I love it. So I'm already imagining, so this is like an experience. This isn't like you're just walking in to pick up truffles and all these other chocolates. It's come in and have an experience about making, creating, which is huge. I mean, I have kids too, and I know it's tough sometimes. It's like doing something different, finding something different to do, and there's nothing like this.
Yeah, and we had a party 2 weeks ago. We had 17 13-year-olds. I mean, that sounds like the worst thing ever to me, but it was great. They had so much fun. They come in, they get to roll, they get to make, they get to dip, they get to decorate, they get to do everything with the truffles. When we open this new space or kind of renovate, I'm probably going to be expanding the menu, so you not only can do truffles, you can do other things, because we've had a lot of people wanting like gluten-free options or vegan options. So the kids love it. The women love it. We bring in a charcuterie board. We kind of partner with Gray's Craze. They're amazing. So BYOB, you can bring in your own food for parties. There's kind of no limitations on that because I want to provide to them what I know best. Not looking to make money on like other things. Bring in your own food. Bring in your own drinks. Like let the space be yours. Welcome to my home. This is your home now. Like let's party together.
It's like a tagline.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. So look for that moving into the summer.
So the renovations will probably start July. So we'll probably, that is the hope, the goal, and then kind of get into August with like a brand new space.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll have to have you back to when that happens with some pictures, and I'm excited for this. So too. So and keeping on that before we pivot, is that so? If anyone has questions, just check out the website, call you.
There's a page on the website, which again I like. I'm obsessed with like the partners that I partner with, so I always love giving shout outs. 3C Marketing, Andrea Gorino, she's amazing. They've done our website, they've done everything. She is also a women in business, which I love as well. No offense to you, you're a man in business. It's all good.
That's all right. Don't need any more of us out there.
No more.
Yes. No, 3C.
But no, so they,
they
are amazing. And they on one of our pages for our website is where you can actually inquire about anything. That goes directly to me. I handle all responses. I do that all. So if you inquire about an event or we do custom orders for like weddings, bridal shows, anything like that. I mean, just to kind of touch on, I have the VW bus now, and we actually, which is cool. It's wrapped, fast signs. Again, see all these partners. Like I love them. But they are amazing. And we bring that to events. So I actually have a wedding May 30th. The bus is going there. We're going to set up like a glass display case, kind of like a candy bar, but you come up to us and you get to pick whatever you want out of what they decide to have. So it's kind of like a dessert bar, but with the bus. At the wedding.
It's going to be nuts. The kids are going to go crazy.
So it's cool. So like, yes, they can reach out on the website, goes directly to me, or you can call our store and someone will give you my personal number. You can private message me, DM, Instagram, Facebook, anything.
It's all there.
Okay. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Thank
I'm
you.
excited. I knew it enough, but now I know enough to be dangerous with things. So that's going to be really good. And we talked about pivoting earlier.
Yeah.
And just as the second part of the many hats you do wear is the real estate side. So you got into that still while you're doing all of this. Last year, especially, I just was doing a little, digging there. But I believe October, November, December, February of this year, top team for the Dietrick Group team in the Berkshire Hathaway office, which your office is in Allentown now.
Yes.
You have a team, 3 members of your team, 4 members of your team. And you guys are a little unique with you and Ryan with what you guys do. Not that anyone else I know in the Valley does this. I mean, success, obviously, by the awards and the volume that you guys are doing. So what sets you guys apart in terms of the real estate side? I mean, you're crushing it with both sides, but you do things a little bit different with what you can handle than anyone else, really.
Yeah. I think 2 things set us apart. I think the one main thing, obviously, if you see Dietrick team, I'm partnered with my husband, and he does commercial. That is his forte. That's what he does. So he has the commercial aspect of the team, and then I handle the residential. And he now has brought on someone else underneath him. She's doing commercial. They're working together. And I have 2 other agents who are with me under my team for the residential aspect.
Awesome.
So yes, a lot different because inevitably when you're dealing with a lot of commercial companies or people who are looking for commercial space, they typically do need residential needs. So it's kind of just a seamless connection between the commercial and the residential world.
Yes.
And then residential, the same thing. If I'm dealing with like a residential client and maybe they're working and their business is looking for additional space, whether it be warehouse, industrial, retail, whatever it is, that's an easy referral to my husband's side of our team where we can kind of handle everything.
That's nice.
So that's like the one thing I think that really sets us apart. There are amazing agents in this Lehigh Valley. Like really, the Lehigh Valley is like full of amazing agents that I've had the pleasure of working with.
Yeah.
I think another thing that sets us apart is that Ryan and I, and this really comes from, I think, my family being entrepreneurs and owning their own businesses and his mom being an entrepreneur and owning her own business. We really we are built on our reputation. Yeah. And I think reputation is everything. I think you never burn bridges, always be respectful. We're very honest people. We like to collaborate with a lot of people. He works with a lot of residential agents, and it's not always me. And so we love to collaborate with people and just put out almost a good product, which the product for us is our name and our brand. Yes. And your brand is everything.
Absolutely.
That
shines through with what you do. I mean, going from, you said it in the beginning, from counseling and having that background of understanding to truffles to real estate, it doesn't sound like it ties in, but absolutely does, 100%. Yeah. And that's with all the connections between 3Seat and bar and fast signs and everything being connected. That's why I do feel like out of anyone, if I think of commercial, I always think of Ryan coming in. And if you've not seen Ryan's stuff, Ryan Dietrick, he's got a great channel, so check him out for sure.
I'm kidding.
He is funny, but he's really good. He brings a different side to something that's so serious. That's great. Yeah. And that's why it's really refreshing. And that's why even working with you on the lending side of things and what you do within the residential side, you really do. You care. Yeah. And it's something that it doesn't come across all the time.
Yeah. I had a client who, now it's a client. I had a customer come into Truffle Bar, came in for his wife to pick her up something, and then we ended up talking, and he's like, what do you do? And then he sees, the shoes that Ryan got me as like a gift, which is like Jordans, sitting up there. So conversation. Yep. And that's what happens at Truffle Bar. It's just like easy flow conversation, getting to know our customers. Yep. And I've always told people, like, you have to think of it as your business, because when people come in and they don't see me there, they want to know that you know their name, you know what, like I just had a guy come in, he loves our orange creamsicle truffles. I know every single time he's coming in, he's getting the orange creamsicle. Nice. Like that is really important, and it's also teaching the kids who work there, like just a different way of like operating and communicating with people. But a customer came in and we just got to talking. I'm like, yeah, I do real estate too. Because he was talking about what he does. And he's like, well, do you want to sell my mom's home? And I'm like, absolutely.
Sure.
So, now I've been working him for the past month and a half, and we're getting his mom's home on the market. Yeah. So like all of these things transpire. And I think if he didn't feel comfortable with me as a person, I don't think he would have kind of propose that.
Yes, absolutely. And it shines and it shows through. And that's why success comes from those habits and those characteristics of who's doing it, which obviously you guys are crushing it.
It's exhausting, but yeah.
I know. I don't know how you do it sometimes.
It's
I'm like,
exhausting.
Really? So that's, all right. Well, that hit pretty much everything I think we can go through besides if you need anything real estate wise. You're the person to call.
Yeah.
Anything commercial wise, of course, cover all of it, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Working with you guys for a long time. I want to say too, I do have to say personally, me personally working with them in a professional aspect for commercial things, fantastic. Residential, absolutely. So anything you need in that aspect, and please, if by all means, by now, I'm sure you already checked out Truffle Bar's website. Really cool things to come. I'm looking forward to it. So we need to have you come back in. Once you're ready for the summer, we'll take some pictures and get back in.
Definitely. I'm
awesome.
excited.
Right. Well,
thank you so much.
So all of Brooke's information will be towards the end of the video. Check it all out. Links in everything to see what's going on there at Truffle Bar. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.